We played about like we were still on Christmas break at times. But all credit to Southeastern Louisiana. They came in very motivated. I knew that they would. I've watched several tapes on them. They play real hard, and we come out and struggled there early and never really got in a lot of rhythm. But we found it there late. Real happy with our basketball team there. We had players step up when it got tough. And as I told the team, I've been watching games all year, and a lot of teams in our league, several teams in our league have been beat by schools that are smaller. And it's happened on the women's side a lot this year. It's happened on the men's side. It's something in the water. And as I watch a lot of those games, you see teams' toughness kind of waver at times, and they don't pull through. And one thing that happened tonight, our team got real tough when they had to and found a way to get a win, and that's what I'm real proud of. And we're real happy to get this win. And we had a good talk there after the game. This is a tough game playing right before conference play, and you're really thinking more about Arkansas at times. But Southeastern Louisiana came in, and we had to play really well. And they're late and figure out a way to pull this one out, and I'm real tickled we found a way to win it.
What was it when y'all were doing stuff right? Y'all were able to score well, get to the basket. What was it y'all were able to find that was working well?
Got the ball to Tia Fallaroo. She started posting and did a good job of that, and just real happy with that. And that was the big thing. We started executing. We were obviously continuing to move forward with a new offensive structure, and that's something that we've got to continue to get better at. But we started executing, which is really good. We started turning our defense up. We score a lot off our defense. In the second half there, we started turning our defense up, and I think they had 7 turnovers to half. They ended up with 25. We ended up with too many, but that's fine. We'll fix that. Queen Hayes has really battled, and as I've said it over the last 3 games, now 4 games, Queen Hayes has stepped up and just kind of took control of our basketball team from a guard spot. And that's something that really excites me. Amber Singletary came in and gave great minutes behind her. From that spot, the one thing we need is somebody to get us in an offense. And that's one thing that Queen Hayes does. She doesn't look for her own shots. Erica Sis went 1 for 11. I promise she won't do that on Friday. She gets those same looks on Friday, she'll be fine. It was just a game after Christmas. You got to find a way to win it. And we found a way. I told them in the huddle, I said, guys, we got to figure out a way to win it. And there's a lesson to be learned from this game. Our team knows that. We talked about it in the locker room there after the game. It's a big lesson we got to learn, and we're very thrilled to get the win. Trust me on that. We're a happy locker room in there, but we've got to improve on a couple of things with our preparation, and we will do that. We will do that. We're ready for SEC play. I'm glad that non-conference is over and we're 10-3, and we're ready for SEC play. Or I am. Are you?
I am.
All right.
Well, because Tia, 10-3, one of the better non-conference records that this program's had in the past couple of years. For you, what do you see this team has done in these 13 games?
Well, ups and downs, good times, not so good times, but we made it through the non-conference, and we setting ourselves up to make a good run in the SEC tournament. And I look back on when we was in the SEC Media Day, and everybody was talking about everybody else, but nobody really mentioned Ole Miss. And me and Danielle, we looked at each other and we said, this is our year. So I'm looking forward to Arkansas on Friday. I mean, like Coach said, they're in the way. They're on the railroad tracks, and we coming through. And I'm going to do whatever I can starting Friday during SEC season, put my team on my back and be a leader, a senior leader. And we're going to get this win and try to do whatever I can for my team.
Is that that motivation from kind of being overlooked at media days? Y'all going to use more now that you're in conference play?
Yeah, that's all I've been thinking about. But I knew that I had to get through this game tonight, me and my team. But at night, that's all I've been thinking about is how everybody, feel about Ole Miss. And I feel like, it's just something that's bottled up inside of me, and then I'm just ready to let it out. And Friday is showtime. And that's what I'm looking forward to now, and that's what we're looking forward to as a team.
Is this kind of a game you're happy that y'all had? Obviously, you got W, but a tough, grinded-out game, instead of kind of a blown-out game before.
Yeah, we're look, guys, we know this. T and I have talked about it. We're going to have a lot of these. I mean, it's every night. We're a young program. Obviously, we got a lot of history in our program, but this is year 2 for Tia with me. Tia had 3 other coaches before me. This is year 2 for Danielle with me, so they're really like sophomores. We got a bunch of other younger, Amber Singletary's like a sophomore, Gracie Fidel's like a sophomore, Bretta Hart, Shaquila Joseph, sophomores. Now you got the rest of them are like freshmen. And so they're learning every single day. These games right here are good for us. Granted, I would, for my stress level, it's not good. For my blood pressure, it's not good. But they're good for us. And I told them, I said, guys, the big thing we got to do is we got to come in every day prepared like we're getting ready to play Arkansas on Friday, or we're getting ready to play Baylor on Sunday, whoever it is. You got to come in and ready to prepare for that. We've got a good basketball team. We could have easily folded tent and lost, but that's toughness. And we need toughness. We need toughness. This game, the SEMO game, them games are going to help us. Southern Miss, them games are going to help us more than us going out and winning by 30. Everybody plays well and everybody feels good in those games. What do you do when the game's on the line? How big of a plays did Queen Hayes make, her and Erica Sisk, where they just got up there and just – Erica Sisk goes 1 for 11, but what not on this stat sheet is how she changed the game with her defensive pressure. That's not on the stat sheet. How they couldn't get the ball. They went, I guess it was 3 or 4 inbound plays where they didn't even get the ball past the free throw line on Erica and Queen. So if we can figure out that energy level they had there and bring that on Friday, bring that on Sunday, it don't matter who you play. It's going to be hard to get by those players. And when you play against a small guard, don't matter who you are, it's tough to play against them. But look, there's been teams in our league that's lost a lot of games like this year. It's in the water somewhere. And I don't know what we're all drinking or why we're drinking it, but in the men's game and the women's game, you see it every night, somebody losing a game like this. And one thing that I just get worried sick because you watch tape and you know you're better. You know you should win the game. You know you should do things. But you get to watching tape and you're thinking, well, if one little thing goes wrong, how are we going to respond to that? What are we going to do here? What are we going to do there? And so that's the kind of stuff that I get worried about. And I tell them after the game, I'm hard on our players. Not hard, bad on them, but I push them. I expect a lot out of them. I probably expect more out of them than a lot of them ever thought somebody would expect out of them. So it's tough at times to play for us, play for me, playing this program. But that's what this program was built on with Van Chancellor. That's what it moved to with Carol Ross. That's what it stayed with Renee and everybody that's been there. And we're just continuing that, and we got to bring that toughness back to Ole Miss. No matter who you are, it's going to be – when you come into the Tad Pad, you're going to play because we're going to be tough, and these games help us bring that toughness. But I can't say enough about Tia. Danielle made plays there. Those 2 kids there late kind of put us on the back, and and Erica Sisk and Sandrika Sessom, that hurt us. She gets 7 points in 9 minutes, and she twists her ankle for precautionary reasons, and more than anything, instead of bringing her back and her re-injuring it more. Let's make sure we have it well for Friday when SEC starts, and that's a decision that we made. And so that hurt us there because you look at the way she played the first 9 minutes of that game. She was unstoppable. And we're up 10 or 11 points or whatever it was whenever she went out, 9 points, whatever it was. And that hurts our rotation. And so any little thing that happens to our rotation hurts us. But can't say enough about how our kids are getting tough. And to play here, you got to be tough. You got to be tough on the basketball court. We got loose balls, we got deflections, and some players really excel in it, some don't. But I'm really, really happy where we're at with our basketball team. I'm real happy that we found a way to get this win, and I can't wait till Friday. I know she can't. Her and I've talked about it since the SEC Media Days. Friday's huge. Friday is a flip game. We know that as a team, and there's games in this schedule where you got teams that it's a flip of a coin. Who's going to win it? And we've got to bring it. We've got to own flip games at home. We've got to own 50-50 games at home. You got to win those games because as you get going, you look at our league, you got a South Carolina's number 1 in the country. You got a Tennessee that's top 5 or 6 in the country. Texas A&M's in the top 5 or 6 in the nation. Kentucky, I think this week's right outside the top 10. There's a tough schedule, tough teams in this league. And so when this first one here at home, one of us, either Ole Miss or Arkansas, is going to be ahead of the game come Friday night at 8 o'clock. And one of us is going to be a little bit behind. And so we got to figure that out. And when that game is over at 8 o'clock, we hope we're on the winning edge of that. We don't hope. We got to be on the winning edge of that. We've got to work hard for the next 3 days and continue to get better for that because they've got a good basketball team. And then we go on the road at Kentucky on Sunday. Then you go on the road on Thursday at Florida. Then you come back home against Alabama. And so you got to take care of the house because you're getting ready to go on the road for 2 in a row, and we know that as a team. We've talked about it, and we spent a little time right there after the game talking about that, getting ready for this. And I sure am glad I got Tia Fallaroo leading me in it because I'll put her up against any player in this league. I sure am glad she's my leader. And we're going to go as she goes, and she knows that.